We begin tonight in the United States, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where a white teenager has been arrested and charged with the murders of two people. A third person was wounded when a gunman opened fire on a crowd during Black Lives Matter protests. Those were sparked by the police shooting of a black man, Jacob Blake, on Sunday. Last hour, the Wisconsin Attorney General updated reporters on the shooting, saying that officers tried to stop Blake with a taser and that he told police he had a knife. The Justice Department just confirming that they did find a knife in his vehicle. The Attorney General confirmed it was a single officer who fired those shots at Blake.
While holding on to Mr. Blake's shirt, Officer Rustin Shesky fired his service weapon 7 times. Officer Shesky fired the weapon into Mr. Blake's back. No other officer fired their weapon. The Kenosha Police Department does not have body cameras, and therefore the officers were not wearing body cameras.
Last night was the third straight night of unrest following the shooting of Jacob Blake. He remains in hospital, and his family says the incident has left him partially paralyzed. Protesters defied a dusk to dawn curfew and clashed with riot police. Officers fired tear gas to try and disperse the crowd. Earlier today, U.S. President Donald Trump announced he is sending the National Guard to Kenosha. So officials preparing for another intense night and protest as the National Guard moves in, and an earlier curfew takes effect. Let's go live now to freelance reporter Maria Guerrero. She's from nearby Chicago, but she's in Kenosha tonight. Maria, some breaking news in the last half hour about the officer involved.
Yes, thank you, Carol. I'm here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, across the courthouse in the park where demonstrators have been gathering the last few days. They just announced moments ago the name of the officer who shot Jacob Blake. His name is Rustin Shesky. He is a 7-year veteran of the Kenosha Police Department.
The curfew just went into effect. How do you expect tonight is going to unfold?
Yeah, so it's 7:03 here, so the curfew just went in place right now. Can't really tell you what exactly is going to happen but from what I know is that coming into Kenosha, we saw a lot of businesses and local residents just really preparing and boarding up. A lot of streets were blocked, and the governor of Wisconsin is sending additional 500 troops from the Wisconsin National Guard here tonight.
And what more can you tell us about the suspect in the fatal shooting last night?
Yeah, so we do know that he is a 17-year-old. He is from northern Illinois, and he crossed the state border to come here to Kenosha. In the video that has been going around social media, we see that he falls and starts shooting to a crowd of protests. We know that 2 have been killed and 1 is injured.
Much of the unrest this summer was prompted by the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Before then, you had the killings of Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, Rayshard Brooks in June. That sparked a violent protest in Chicago, where you are based. What connects all of these stories?
So something that connects all the story is the demands that the crowd, the protests want. They want accountability. They want social justice. They want defunding of the police. They really just want to hold these officials in law accountable of their actions and bring justice to the names of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and now the shooting of Jacob Blake.
Freelance reporter Maria Guerrero live in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Carol.